Okay, so part two, as I left off saying, I wouldn't wish that type of darkness upon nobody. And what I mean by the S3x is a type of darkness because it's a stronghold. And maybe if you don't think it's a stronghold, then you ain't tired of it yet. See, me, I had experienced God. I wasn't just and this is no shade against nobody. I'm not thinking I was better than nobody in back in 2019, but I wasn't a regular sinner back then. Here I am walking with the Lord, not truly a follower after Him, because in order to fully be a follower after Christ, you got to let go of the old you. But this is the Lord have been dealing with me. I've been staying with the Lord. Man, let's make it bring it on down to today, sir. I was staying with the Lord. I wasn't just no regular sinner. And so I knew I was in trouble. I wouldn't wish that type of darkness upon nobody. But like I said, I guess the Lord, he was keeping me from it. Is maybe why he didn't allow me to step in it or entertain it. I don't know. I don't know how to explain it, but if you get what I'm saying, then you get what I'm saying. But maybe that's why it didn't begin to act up until years after I came to the Lord. But then I also feel like because I was running from it, I was bearing it, and after I came to Him, it began to stir up, and He is like He was saying, "No, I need you to face it." I don't know, but this is just how I feel looking back on it now, because when you come to the Lord, He began to work on you and deal with you. I call it peeling back the onion. He began to peel the onion, and 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 so that was one part that I was living as if it wasn't there. And when it began to stir up, like I said in part one, it began to stir up uh, to where I'm in the bathroom telling the Lord. Now I'll just go back over that part before I go on in part two. I began to tell the Lord, just always raw, real tears coming out my eyes. Like, Lord, I'm telling Him how if it wasn't a sin for me to be with a female, I would be with a woman. And that's just how real I was with God, because He wants you to be real with Him. Don't be afraid to. That's one thing He told me many years ago. Don't be afraid to tell God what's going on. You can't be afraid to talk to God. You can't be afraid. Don't let religion make you think that you can't be real with God. He already know. Adam, He already know. He just wants you to be real. Jacob, He already know. He just wants you to be real and acknowledge it. Don't be afraid to tell Him. Don't be afraid to keep it real with Him. You keep it real with your so-called friends and buddies. Why not keep it real with somebody that can really help you? That hold all the answers that you need. And that's what I did. Boom. So here it is, 2019. Like I said, it's like He stepped back. Like, okay, I'm gonna let you see. You think you want that, but you don't. Now, yes, I was carrying the less, but he didn't allow. And I'm gonna say it again why I said like that. He didn't allow because you know how they said the devil can't do nothing that God don't allow, right? Although yes, you have free will, but it's like he stepped back. Like, okay, you think that's what you want? I'm finna show you that's not. And so, boom, like I said, I began to entertain that relationship in 2019. And I felt deep emotionally. And you have to go watch the part one to see what I'm talking about. On why, hold on one more. I just gonna say, as I stated, because I felt like I had lost all hope at that moment. And so she showed up in the form of a friend, but it was more from the get go. I call it a hidden agenda. Anyway, but let's go on. Um, and hold on, I kind of lost my thought. Okay, so let's go on. I forgot the point that I was gonna say, but like I was saying, I knew I was in trouble when I felt in deep emotionally behind that relationship, and it took a strong hold on me. And here it is, somebody that was walking with God, I must say. But Lord, I feel stuck to where I began to even talk to that girl, and I was telling her that's how I said, don't let nobody take you to hell. And although I was preaching it to her, it's like, no, I was telling it to myself. Cause I was like, girl, ain't nobody worth going to hell behind. And make a story short, I began to cry out to the Lord. I mean, with tears in my eyes, because I knew I was in trouble. I knew I needed help. That's how strong that it had. That's how strong of a hold it had on me, especially emotionally, to where I couldn't just let it go. I felt like I needed help. I felt stuck. And so I'm crying out to the Lord to help me. And no lie, one night after choir rehearsal, on my way back home to my childhood home, the Lord dropped these words in my spirit. They like literally just fell upon me. And those words was, I changed my mind. To the point where I even made a video that now I recorded it. I said, sometimes you gotta let the devil know you changed your mind. And I began to sing it. And on the outside, it looked like nothing happened. I'm singing it. I changed my mind. Sometimes you gotta let the devil know you change your mind. And like I said, it looked like nothing happened in the natural. It looked like God wasn't moving. Maybe 2 weeks later, see, God know one thing about me. I'm the faithful type. When I get with you and I'm really with you, I'm with you. And I expect the same out of you. When I find out different, he knew back then, oh, baby, I'm going to cut ties with you. So he used that. Not only did he use those words for me to speak, give me those words for me to speak, but he used that the way I used to operate back then. Because like I said, it looked like wasn't nothing going on. Maybe 2 weeks later, at the most, because the relationship wasn't that long. Maybe it was little as a peep. Maybe 2 weeks later, the girl's sister, on one of the times we had broke up, the girl's sister had sent me a message. I didn't read it, and the Lord led me to go read that message. And that's when the truth was revealed that she had another girlfriend. Because the sister was like, well, I like you more than my other sister girlfriends. The other, some way she worded, and I knew basically she wasn't being faithful, right? And so that's when it's like, boom, it broke from off of me. The stronghold it had on me, it broke from off of me. I let it go. And I'm going to tell you, the devil tried to make me feel ashamed. Because he came to me in a dream, voice-wise, audible-wise. Don't try to say, you better not tell nobody what you did. Baby, that just motivated me to tell her. I got up and I told it in the church. I sure did. Don't tell me. Don't try to make me live in no shame. Don't tell me not to tell, because I'm going to tell it, right? And make a story short, after it was revealed, after the Lord freed me from my relationship, after I let go of that lust, I put it down. Uh, that's when the Lord, baby, I ain't much going to take the credit. After he delivered me from it, that's when the Lord revealed to me that I had been carrying it around in me for 17 years, that lust, which means I picked it up at the age of 13, which means it came from that very night that friend, that ex-friend of mine betrayed me, took advantage of me, and touched me. Come on. I'm telling you, all the glory goes to God. All the glory goes to Jesus because he could do it for you too. All you have to do is ask him. But know also, sometimes the Lord will allow you to wrestle with a thing until he know that you're ready to put it down. So that when he bring you from out of it, you won't return back to it and pick it up again. Come on. But know without a shadow of doubt, he did it for me and he could do it for you too. I'm a living witness. I'm a living witness. I am Prophetess Shade Gilmore.